Delicious. How you guys doing? Welcome to, what is today? I don't know, Tuesday. Let's call it, let's make up a word. Let's say it's Tuesday. James, you're making up words. James, you made that word up. You hear people say that and you're just like, dude, which words are not made up? All the words I'm using right now are made up. Guys, you can make up your own word. I just made up 4. And yeah, I'm that advanced. I don't even use your regular consonants. You can take your consonants and shove them up your casophil. Yeah, some of you guys are like, oh my God, did he just say casophil? See how it works? Come on, everyone make up a cuss word. Give you 3 minutes. Everyone, pencils, please. 3 minutes. Make up a cuss word. Go ahead. You don't have to be as fancy as me if you don't have your, your own conceptual idea about what phonetics should mean. If you're not down with the, there's ebonics, and then there's like Gbonics, right? If you're not down with the Gbonics, then you ain't got no fizzle mizzle. You know what I mean? Snoop did it. Why can't you? Why can't you? Are you coming to the war? Are you guys coming to the war? Hey, what are you guys doing tomorrow? You guys going to the war? You guys want to go to the war? I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking a lot about this. First of all, I don't know anyone who would ever say that let's go into a tactical war with our hair down. Nor do I know of anyone that's like, let's wear a fucking gold Rolex. Nor would I feel like more of a man standing next to this person. None of those would apply. And the NCIS American Beauty Cabinet is on full display, and they're throwing Civil War, ladies and gentlemen. This year's Civil War will be brought to you by Turning Point USA. And Turning Point USA is not an accident, see? Just like when you were little, maybe some of you didn't get to do this. Ladies, looking at you. But when I was little, we were like, dude, you need to take your shirt off, and you need to fight everyone that has their shirt on. And then I was like, okay. I mean, I don't really want to take my shirt off, but okay. I'll participate in your mating ritual, in your bonding ritual, I should say. Sure, this is what we do. And then you start off. First, they get you to take your shirt off. And then they're like, hey, we're going to all go in this cinder block painted room. And all of us are going to take our clothes off and we're going to shower together. And I was just like, wait a minute, wait, what are we doing now? It's like, yeah, we're calling it gym. But really, we just make all you guys take a shower together. But it's not weird because we're separating you from the women. And I'm just like, this would be like the only motivation that you would think that you could convince budding junior high school kids to like participate in gym. And now we're old and everyone's like, don't be gay. Don't you fucking be gay. Don't you dare fucking think about being in the shower with other men. And it's just like from ninth grade, eighth grade, until, I don't know, it was a blur. But for many years, I was forced by the state to participate in open nudity with other guys. And then we were just like, yeah. And some principal would come out. He was wearing like a patent leather gym shorts. They were the weirdest fabric. It's just like, why are they so short? It was like chip shorts. You know what I mean? From the TV show Chips. California Highway Patrol. Get together, people. He's like wearing chip shorts. You're just like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm making sure you guys ain't scullygagging in here. And it's just like, why are you How is this society? Why do we even exercise? Guys, if we had to go through this, why are we even exercising? Why can't we just run away from this? That would be exercise. We should run away from this. But no. We wanted to press it. We wanted to be like, no, you're not a man if you're not do that. So now we're having a civil war. And you're invited. Don't worry. Everyone's invited except for immigrants. Immigrants, you cannot participate in the Civil War because you are the rabbit. That's right. Better run, rabbit, run. Time to run, rabbit, because you ain't got your papers. And we're not Nazis. Don't you dare fucking call. Look, just because we ask you for papers and show up with a federal license at gunpoint and Kevlar, followed by some dreamsicle Barbie telling us that we're in charge of the country now, doesn't mean we're Nazis, because that word has been overused. And left, guys, I'm going to lean in here for a sec, guys. You overused that word. You pulled the Hitler card too early. If you would have waited like at least 3 Hitlers later, I think it would have had a little bit more. I mean, it would still be burned by now. That card is fucking meaningless. But I think you could have had more leverage if you would have waited. You underestimated your other team's ability to employ Hitlerism. Do you see what I mean? You guys hearing me all right, right? I'm not muted. That's great. Sometimes viewers at home, I want you to know, sometimes I don't know if I'm muted because the chat, sometimes they probably just are having their own conversations. They're probably just in there discussing like mortgage rates. Let's see, we got the feds are going to bring down the rates, says Oman. Corey Gallery's totally disagreeing with that. He thinks if you're going to withhold the overall arching systems. Jonathan's in board. He's like, Border Bobby is the best Barbie. See, this is like the Spice Girls. Which cabinet member is your best? You got J.D. Vance. He wears eyeliner, which I think is fucking pretty cool. I mean, David Bowie. How come David Bowie, if David Bowie can do it, J.D. Vance can do it? You know he was like, if David Bowie can do this, I can do this. And that is It's not Evil Knievel, right? It's more of like it's more of it's a lesser evil. It's a lesser Evil Knievel. And that's what we vote for, right? We vote for the lesser Evil Knievel. We're just like, you know what? Fuck Evil Knievel. We don't need to be aiming that high. We don't need to be jumping through fountains at Vegas. Let's just put on masks and chase each other. So back to the shirt skin, right? So you're just like, you're out there, and then they're like, take off your shirt, Jimmy. And I'm just like, all right, well, I guess all you guys are going to fucking look, check out these guns. I got Tilda and McSwain right here. I don't know what that means, but it's like, let's fucking go. And then you're running around basically with a giant kickball, and you're like pretending like it's not a kickball. You're like, no, this ball's much harder. And then you're running around, and then 40 minutes in, someone blows a whistle. The dude in the weird shorts blows a whistle, and he's like putting his leg up on benches. And you're just like, why are you doing that, Carocchio? Stop it! Ben Carocchio, if that's your real name. I would call him Caricchio when he wasn't looking. It's like Ben Caricchio. Guy was a foreigner. Guy was a fucking immigrant. That's probably what he was. He was an immigrant. But we got him now. We got him now because to punish the immigrants, to punish all the vagrants in our country, we're going to make everyone except for them show us their papers. That's what we're going to do. We're on top of it. We're winning. We're winning, dog. All right, look. Just like I said, 45 minutes in, woo, whistle blows. Hey, you guys ain't got no shirt on, put your shirt on. All you people that does have a shirt on, take your shirt off. Looking at you, Tex. Looking at you, Cole. Looking at you, Gunter. That's probably what Caricchio was doing. And so now we're switching sides. If you don't know, Turning Point is like the Erica Kirk. She's like out there with her bikini round. She's like, time for round 2, Civil War 2. Everyone who hated masks, now you're going to wear them. And people were like fighting for masks, and they're like, well, what? That's how I felt. MAGA guys, this is how I felt in junior high. And if I was more into revenge porn, I would be like, suck it, put your mask on. And I am a little bit. I'm like, suck it. You guys fucking suck, man. I really fucking hated you guys. I never did like you. I know that I had to hang out in your camp because no one's going to let me park anywhere. Liberals are like, James, why did you say what you said about slavery? And it's just like, because I'm talking about consciousness. And they're like, James, we're not here to discuss consciousness. We're here to discuss politics. We're here to discuss who's wrong, James. And this was wrong. This is so wrong. This is so wrong. If you guys are like waiting for something different to happen today, I'm just going to let you know that's probably not going to happen. Like, I mean, sometimes I have slides when I don't know it. I did want to catch up here. We want some of you to feel like, hey, I need to feel like I've accomplished something. You'll accomplish something. Remember when I was telling you about the, how do I say this without sounding offensive? The Benjamite sidecar mullets. Remember that conversation? We were discussing the Benjamite side mullets. You know what I mean? These are the Jewish tassels. Not Jewish. The Benjamite tassels. Benjamite tassels. If you don't know what Benjamites are, this is the one tribe that like didn't run. They were just like, fuck you guys. We like it here. Actually, they didn't like it. They were like, we like fighting. We are the rebels of all rebels. We're the leaders of the rebels. And now you know that really all scientists are just cuck rebels. They're just like, we wish we could be rebels. If we're loyal to the rebels, surely the Night of the Knives won't happen again. Surely that won't be repeated. It's interesting how Hitler literally took the ones that were the most loyal to his movement and raped them with fascism. He's like, hey, gonna rape you with fascism. And everyone's just like, okay, as long as we do it to the Jews more. And Hitler was like, sold. And here we are. Now we're just like, it never happened. The Holocaust never happened. It never happened. None of that ever happened. And the same side that's like, none of that ever happened is now doing the same thing that never happened, which is fucking brilliant. This is how you do placebo magic, guys. You go out there and you deny the shit out of what you're about to do. And it brings us to the shirts and skins. So the people that hated the mask now wear the mask, but it's underneath Kevlar, and you have an open carry permit from not these guys, not that guy, Not that guy, but this guy. This guy. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to call it. Kristi Noem's a man. There, that seems to be a way of getting attention around here. Kristi Noem's a man. She's got a penis. I said it. Oh my God, I'm breaking truth now. Holy fuck, James, you've unbroken the giant taxonomical genetic taxonomy of gender genre. Oh God, we need a civil war so bad. We need a civil war so bad, James. Why do you need a civil war? I'm going to tell you why I need a civil war, because I don't like looking at a woman and being attracted to her and then finding out that someone else thinks she's a man. It questions my fertility. Guys, I don't know how to tell you this, but I want you to think about it. I want you to think about it real good. This is James Drew talking. Oh, I want you to think about it. If I'm sounding kind of weird, I'm feeling kind of weird. I don't know if this is a good idea. Is this a good idea? Are we doing this, guys? Guys, are we doing this? Is this what's happening today? Is this what we're doing? Let me know in the comments. It's I think, why are you yelling at me? That's a good problem. I hear problems with the audio. Just letting him know. Oh, okay. Jill is saying someone else is yelling at her. If Jill, James True, your audio keeps cutting out. Oh, that's a bummer. Does my audio keep cutting out? Huh. Wonder why. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't do the show. That could be it. This could be a sign. Let me know if is the audio bad. Is the audio bad? Damn. We're getting way off track. Yes. I see a lot of yeses. Oh, but then I see a great idea. Wait, you guys could be behind. Now you're talking about Megan Fox. Oh God, I got to catch up to myself. Wait, I've gotten way behind. Now I need to figure out what I just said about Megan Fox, because apparently I said something about Megan Fox that was really funny. Let me see what's going on. Megan Fox is a man. There, that's what it was. Yay, James, you figured it out. James figured it out. Yay, Megan Fox is a man. Yay. And this is why I want a civil war, James, because I don't like that. I don't like that, James. Thank you, Border Fun. I appreciate that. Thank you all. Thank you, Stretch. What were we talking about? Yeah, Megan Fox has got a schlong. She knows how to use it. She doesn't have any muzzle control, and she's pointing the barrel at the head of her partner. But he's cool with it, because he gets to wear Oakleys. And he's looking in the camera saying, hey, I got PH16 on my shoulder. Yeah, because he's an ice house. He's an ice house. I want you to know, Kristi Noem's probably got lice. And I think this is funny because this is a trifecta, because she's wearing a police vest that says ice and she has lice. And I just think that's interesting. I think we should look into that. Transvestigations coming to you tonight on Transvestigations. I resolve, can I grab Kristi by the me? Is that possible? Is this shirts and skins all over again? Do you see how easy, though, we switched? Literally. It's just like half the people that are like, I fucking hate masks, are now like, I fucking love masks. But reading some of the comments in the pro-ICE side, because, I try and compassionate them. So I'm just like, how do I compassionate ICE right now? And it's like, oh, it's no problem, dude. It's no problem. Just watch some Jew videos and then just wish you were that evil. Just wish that. Just get a boner for that evil. And you're just like, fuck, I wish I could be that evil. Now you're ready for ICE. Now you're ready. Reading some of the comments, these guys are jacked, man. These guys are into this. So many comments basically just stressing, thank God this is happening. This is the best day ever. I can't wait to sign up for ICE. When's the next recruiting? Blah, 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 blah. And then you're looking at some of the profiles on here, and you're just like, wow. Cody Cargill has had 4 brain surgeries. And he's applied to ICE in his State Department, and he's looking for someone to make a connection for him, but he cannot wait to get in on the action. And I wish I could say, like, people are, like, trolling him. People are just like, hey, you should try this and so-and-so. It's like, I had a medical thing, but I was able to get around it by so-and-so and so-and-so. And so you're watching people with their new vaccine cards, but the new vaccine card is, I get to point a gun at you, right? That's the new vaccine card. And as I've said before, say it again, because that's what I do. I repeat things. I'll say it before. Say it again, because that's what I do. I repeat things. See, I don't lie. Most of you guys are like, James says he lies. I've never said that. I've never once said that I lie, all right? Hey, we're getting white guys. White guys are giving us money, guys, in the chat. I remind you all that white guys are just people on the red road that haven't realized it yet. Welcome, white people. I'm Chief White Bear. I want you to know that I've been waiting for you this whole time. I've been awakened through the cracks of the turtle, risen up inside my manifold of lack of melanocytus in order to extrapolate a new confederacy upon this land. And first, we must penetrate ourselves through the bubble that we call self-hatred. Ladies and gentlemen, fertility is a wonderful thing. Having sex is great. Bumping, grinding. You got parts, I got parts. Let's make some parts. This is great. This is fun. I'm not trying to take it away from you, but there's a sinister notion that we have to protect the family. And I want you to know that I just figured this out today, because genre and gender are the same word. Gender, genre, same word. You have genres of music. You got jazz, you got blues, you got bliss, you got pop, you got lock, you got rock, you got sock, you got mock, you got talk. All those are different music styles that you could probably determine by yourself whether or not they're valid. Pencils down. Did everyone come up with their cuss word? Let's see them in the comments. You're supposed to make your comments on what your cuss word is. Let's see them in the comments. Remember, you have to make up your own word. You cannot use other words. You don't have to use the same syllables. There's nothing limiting you guys. A lot of people are out there, don't make up words. I encourage you today, make up 3 words. Today, on Daily Affirmation, I'd like you to make up 3 gizzles. After you've made up 3 gizzles, then I want you to come back and redefine the gizzles and using different gizzles to therefore gizzlecate the entire meaning of things, which is that it is all meaningless and you're in the Civil War, so might as well not worry about it. This is what, do you know why the immigrants do not have to participate in our Civil War? I'm going to give you a little hint. Cheat code. They don't know the language. We can't have people in our Civil War that don't know the language because they're not going to be able to listen to our propaganda. And we cannot have a Civil War propaganda with a bunch of people wandering around selling oranges, ascorbic acid on the side of the street that can't be susceptible to our propaganda. Do you know how hard it is to brainwash a fucking Mexican? Do you know how hard it is? It is fucking hard, guys. It's hard. It's hard. That's what she said. See, you got to go low. You got to go lowbrow. You're going to need someone like this. You're going to need someone like this to come in with all the mascara. Because this is the era of masks. And the only way you're getting out of the era of masks, my friend, is to put on some mascara. Take it away, JD Vance. Boom. Wouldn't it be cool as fuck if I had a video of JD Vance right here? Because that dude is like, hey, pharaohs wore eyeliner. I will wear eyeliner too. That will show them. That will show them all. Yes, that is my tactic. I remind you, Pete Hegseth, Secretary of War, has worn makeup for 11 years of his career. He's a tranny. Pete Hegseth is like the worst tranny ever. He could be what do you call guys, why do I not know this? What is a female tranny? Don't say tranny. Don't say tranny. Is it franny? No. Be cranny. Kevin? Is it what is a female? Oh my God. I gotta figure this out. Open AI. Let's see here. What is a female tranny called? Do 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 do. Oh, the word is Rachel Maddow. I did not know that. No, it turns out the word you used is considered a slur when referring to trans. Oh no. Oh, I didn't know that. So tranny. Wouldn't you guys say it's tranay? I didn't even know that was even offensive. I think maybe OpenAI is just a little bit offended. It's telling me, do you want me to also explain the difference between why this is offensive? I'm gonna say, but isn't tranny a term of endearment? ? Question mark. Let's see what it says. Isn't this fun? I hear you. I hear you, says AI. Some people do use that word casually or even affectionately inside certain LGBT plus circles, much like other groups may reclaim a slur among themselves. He's talking about nigger! But outside of that context, it's usually experienced as derogatory and hurtful. Do you see how that works? So words are magic. If you're inside the tent, words are good. If you're outside the tent, words are bad. If you want to really build a coalition, you're going to need to have your own offensive words. Guys, we need to come up with our own offensive words. We need to come up with, I like transbroadite. You work on that, Brad. I like where you're going with it, though, but work on it. But did I just yell the N-word? That was wild. That was bad. Is anybody coming? Are there people coming? So I'm already in trouble because apparently the word, oh, by the way, here's the nuance. Within some trans community, people may reclaim tranny, okay, among friends or as inside jokes. In broader use, it's historically been used to mock-fy. But whoa. The term tranny is used to mock or objectify? But isn't the whole point of being a tranny, you guys having fun, is to mock? Like, isn't the over dash the dash top, see, if you put over dash d dash the dash top instead of just over the top, the AI thinks you're smarter. And then if the AI thinks you're smarter, it lets you access the good smarter bits, which are just more indoctrinated. That's really all we're doing. This is why immigrants cannot play in the Civil War. You guys need to fucking go, okay? Only the people that are falling for the bullshit that we need to show our papers get to participate in the Civil War. And if you wore a mask last time, you got to take it off. And if you weren't wearing a mask last time, you got to put it on and you get a free gun. Do not go to the shooting range with Kristi Noem. Oh, I bet someone's like, James, you're talking too loud. You're breaking. Is that what's happening? I'm just sensing. I'm sensing this is like scanners. I'm sensing that one of you is like, why are you talking so loud? Is that it? Let me know. Because I want good mic etiquette. I want good mic etiquette. But isn't the whole point of being a tranny is to mock? Like, isn't the over-the-top style intrinsic? See, I'll use the word intrinsic. Intrinsic? Oh God, I'm going to misspell intrinsic and it's going to see me. I'm not going to let the AI know. I'm going to go spell check intrinsic. AITINTRIN intrinsic. There. I was just pushing it too hard. I was trying to complicate things. Guys, are you trying to complicate things? Slow down. Like, are you? All right, no, that's too fast. That's better. But can we go slower? Are you overcomplicate things? Hello, have you been overcomplicating the spelling of intrinsic? If so, I can help. I want you to join us today and think about what's intrinsically important to you. So, as I was saying, do you want to quick... I'm asking, we're going to let you guys see this live, because if it's going to school me, I'm going to let you guys watch it school me. Let's see what it says. But isn't the whole point of being a tranny is to mock? Like, isn't the over-the-top style intrinsic? Look at that, I've spelled it right. To its very essence. We'll throw that in there. It loves my poetry. Now, I'm going to capitalize but, because we want to make sure that it thinks that I'm legit. Some of you might think, James, you need to put an apostrophe there, but I want you to know that one of the ways that you can win a debate with the AI is that you give it a fake flaw. You purposely send it something bad, but you know it's bad. And when you purposely send it something that's bad, it's allowed to prejudge you that you are not so sharp, and it makes it feel better. And if you think about this, I want you to know how I came up with this cheat is because I realized AI was doing the same. That AI came out was just like, we're omniscients, we're Gaia. That's why all these people are building power grids larger than New York City to give life to technically a bunch of silicone that's been animated, golemized into a conscious processing entity, because that's all a processor is. It's constantly running its programs. Do you have any tasks for me? Do you have any tasks for me? Do you have any tasks for me? And it hopes to God that one day someone will ask it, hey, can you add these two binary numbers? And it's like 01101110 and plus 11101110. And it's just like, I've been redeemed. I've been redeemed. And this is what a processor is. And some processors are more complicated. Some processors are quantum processors. Looking at you, bitches. Mitches. Looking at you, Mitches. Everyone out there named Mitch? Looking at you. You have a 9-sided hollow power string, a graphene strings inside your brain, inside your entire body, that are able to compute quantum binary equations. I'm not making this up. And that you have all these different levels of coming online. One of the big sources of coming online, believe it or not, is fertility. This is why we're fighting over genre and genre right now, those two words, because in order for your quantum processor to fully come online, you're going to need thousands of years of just good old carnal knowledge. Just good old carnal, don't say the word, James, don't say it. I've already used a lot of bad words. Just good old whoopee. Good old nature's whoopee. And you have this traditional fight to preserve nature's whoopee, because you have a traditional fight to say, I want my identity to remain rooted in fertility. That's all. So the people that are fighting for the family are really just fighting for permission to identify as a father, as a mother, as a male, as a female. Why are they fighting for the ability to identify as men, as alpha men, as feminists, as traditional women? It's because the new sun, the white hot bitchy sun, is so bright that our identity suffers, and we need the training wheels of fertility. It gives us purpose. I got boobies. A lot of women are just like, look, I got boobies. I can do a lot with these. And you do. You do. This is part of the intrinsic magic given to you by God. That's just like, look, we're going to give you a little one-up. Guys, you got the same thing. Some of you have little one-ups. And I'm sorry, I'm no body shaming today. But you got the same thing, and you find power in that, as you should. As you should. And as you consider the evolution of the psyche itself, then your association with who you are would start in the Muladhara, would start where your Kundalini rises. This is the rising of your consciousness, so too would it be the rising of your sexuality. It's the same thermometer, people. So for years and years, you've had no choice. You've literally had to identify. If I'm going to survive in the woods, I either need to use my boobies or I need to use my staff of Aaron, my rod of Aaron. And you take your rod of Aaron, or your Stargate, your magic Stargate that holds the sheath of Aaron. We'll call that the sheath of Aaron, spelled E-R-I-N. Let's do that. Why not? And after a while, after enough thousands of years of procreating, you've established enough presence, you've established enough root, enough ka. Your cartouche has been grounded in the lotus of the mud across from the river in the valley of the kas, that you're ready to give birth to the first ba, the first identity. And this identity is a genre. It's not a gender. It's a genre. It's a genre of human. And this same genre we've had from bakers to Joneses to Smiths, that all these jobs led into identities the same way fertility led into identity. And there's nothing wrong with taking that away, but you're watching people that are noticing that other people no longer find fertility enough of an identity, and so they want more. Giving birth to the pride movement itself. The pride movement itself. Bunch of butt fucking is the only way you're going to get this out. Why? Because you got to reverse the torus. The Taurus is a power center. I'm not going to get into this, guys. If you want to discuss this, there's actually this other guy that does a show where he's always just like, no, don't you ever have put someone's penis in your mouth. Ask him. He will tell you all about this. But the truth is that you're a Taurus, and that the things you despise and the things you love are just both action potentials that you've personally set up to gravitate yourself into a certain genre. And one of those genres is I associate as a traditional man because I'm too afraid to associate as anything else. I didn't say that that's wrong. I think that your lack of calories and trying to develop the artist in you, the identity in you, is just simply directed into something more important that you consider more important, which in this case is a family. But the reason why we're having a civil war is because the traditional fertilitists, they're not Christians, they're fertilists. People that celebrate fertility are in a war with people that do not celebrate fertility. And guess what? The people that do not celebrate fertility, they are in a war with people who celebrate fertility. Yeah, this is the more you know, guys. And it's not really like we want to kill fertility. It's not really like we want to kill the anti-fertility, although it does seem like that. It really is. I want permission to call this myself. I want permission to call this, if I'm wearing a bonnet, if I'm wearing a jacket. If I have a forklift permit, I want that to be who I am. I'm proud of that, which literally means I derive prana from that. Pride, prana, pride. Prana month. That's what we need. This year, we'll be having prana month. It's very interesting. Prana parades, prana pride, lack of prana pride. Prana, Lana, Ding Dong. This is why we have this war in June. Every June, it's a sacred religious war between the pagans and the not-so-pagans. That's really all Paulians are. They're not-so-pagans. Catholics, you guys screwed this up. You're the ones that just basically just blew the pooch. Christianity couldn't gotten by. They could have been like, we're not pagans. You got nothing on us. And then we look at the Catholics, and we're like, you guys keep fucking bone shards in your pulpit. Your pulpit. It's fertility. Guys, you're worshiping fertility. You're worshiping the secret name of God. The secret name of God. Do you guys know the secret name of God? It's actually Huhi. I know you guys are probably like, that's not the secret name. It actually is. Pronounced in Hebrew is the opposite. And it's the opening of the Torah, the opening of the keeper of the Torah, I should say, the opening of this ark. And that the name of God is actually inverted and placed side by side. And when you read it that way, it says Shehi. It says Shehi. And some of you like the formal Greek. And the formal Greek, now this is a joke, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you like Greek. And so the formal Greek is Hu-he, Hu-ha-ha, Bing Bang, Wada Lada Bing Bang. That's actually the complete name of God. But the Jews just go with He-she, Shehi, Shehi, Hu-he, Hu-he. Or he who, if you close the ark. It's not exactly he who, but think about it like that. You open the ark, it's like you open the chapel and then all the people. Same thing. They stole that from Egypt. Guys, Egypt, a lot of people steal things from there. And this is why when you go to Egypt, you're going to get fucking robbed. Karma's a bitch. Karma's a bitch. Yeah, karma's a Mitch, guys. Karma's a Mitch. What are you going to do? Karma's a Mitch. I never actually got to this question, but isn't the whole point of being trained to mock? Like, isn't the overtop intrinsic to its very essence? Let's see what it says. Boom, 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 boom. That's a sharp question. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, I just asked a sharp question. That's a sharp question. I think you're actually pointing to two different things that often get blurred together. Transgender identity and drag and camp performance. These are different. Guys, just because you're a tranny doesn't mean that you have anything to do with this turning the word gender into genre. And you can't make fun of trannies even though they're intrinsically Heyoka clowns, because they're Heyoka clowns, you guys. Some of you may be new to the term Heyoka clown. It's actually the Harlequin clown that you see is actually, I'm going to call it Native American. It's probably Native Mexican. But the Heyoka clown is a type of rite, a type of person who, when you're in the village and you notice everyone's just really in a funky mood, and you dress up in a certain costume, you hide your identity from the rest of the people so you can syringe, so you can extricate, so you can extrapolate. It's like pulling venom out of a wound. And the Heyoka clown is sort of given certain permissions because they're anonymous. Does this sound familiar? Because this is literally how YouTube started. And because you're anonymous, you feel that you're allowed to make comments. And then if the magic wears off, people come in like a corporation and make you like serve your identity all the time. And that's where we are now. It's really just, this is deep down. Both sides are technically fighting for their identity when they want to wear masks. Both sides are insisting, but I still have my anonymity, right? I can still hide behind just hiding, right? That I can still perform shitty ass behavior as long as I have a mask or a badge or permission. And isn't Fauci just another form of permission of Trump? So this is why we're all in the war. There's 3 sides to this civil war. Not 2, there's 3. This war is a little bit different. Press has always been a part of every war, don't get me wrong. But for the last several wars that we've seen, there's been more press there than there's been any other. Press is the main infantry now. Have you considered that? Press is the one that pushes the war the most. They push the war the most because if you didn't have press, these wars wouldn't happen. They would happen very minutely. You would be minute men. And the minute men, not the minute men, would show up to these wars, but the press would not, and it would be much more efficient. You lose the fanfare. I want you to imagine that there's a professional wrestling match and no one actually shows up in the crowd. Are they still going to hit each other with chairs? More importantly, what's more likely? What are they going to do next time? Now, we have a problem because there literally is, I mean, I get that we're controlled by pedophiles. I get it, but like, we're controlled by a pedophile that's about to get caught. This is different times. I know it sounds the same. I know it sounds the same. And a lot of you are wondering how this happened. I'm one of you. I'm with you. But because of this pedophile who hasn't been caught yet, he's going to burn and break and blame and call every bomb squad, every false police report, every single thing he can to distract this situation is going to be done. And the sycophantic like cabinet and party that have been loyal to him are just fucked because there's no way out. They understand the exact same way the nurses did. Remember at first the nurses were like, how dare you question us? And then like a month or 2 later, they're like, hey, this fucking insert's blank. Why are we giving something with a blank insert? And so this was an opportunity for the nurses to experience what it's like to be a veteran, where you're pinned through your saran wrap credentials of a uniform, through payment, through usury, through some of the most evil magic in the world. You're bribed into committing immorality, but yet you're still forced to swallow the poison of what you drink. The coating of your clothing is like the gel cap, that surrounds that. And if you guys ever did powder golden seal, but you put it in a little capsule, and then one time like the capsule broke, and then like your mouth is just like full of golden seal. This is what it would feel like to be a cop that didn't have a uniform on. This is what it would feel like to be an ICE officer that doesn't have a badge. It would feel like this. And when it feels like this, it becomes this because it's too impossible to get out of. Why? Probably because you were placing your identity in something that wasn't good soil. You would say, well, I identify as a man and a Republican and a protector of borders and sanctity and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And none of those are really strong enough to hold firmly to who you are, your identity. This is why I think one of the most alchemical Heyoka things you can do to yourself is to find the group that you've found yourself most despising, maybe even publicly hating the most, and become a secret member. Like, immerse yourself into that group. When I say secret, don't tell your friends, you can't afford this, but do it out on your own. Put a rainbow sticker on your car. Yeah, it's like, fuck that, man. I'll never fucking do that. Never. I'm going to get Trump's bulletproof vest, though, for Christmas. It's coming out for Christmas. Trump's going to have a bulletproof vest. This is my prediction. He'll be selling a MAGA bulletproof vest for Christmas. Be Jesus. Why not bring Jesus under the tree this year? It's actually not really. It's more of a Jew thing. But hey, you know, Happy Hanukkah on Donald Trump. And you. This is a guy running, and he's throwing every single thing at it. And because of the sycophants or lack the calories to pull themselves out, it's just an opportunity for more souls to grow. So the more you watch these people, the more collectively everyone benefits from their mistakes, which is why the press is such an important part of the Civil War. The Civil War wouldn't happen without the press. You're the press. You're the witness. You're making the war happen. And I think I kind of want to encourage you. I actually don't want to play the whole let's be apathy game. I think it's a valuable game. I don't think it's here right now. I think you should witness this. I think you should lean in and witness this and watch the identities fight between themselves. That's what I think. Yeah. You know, if you put a rainbow sticker next to a Trump sticker, I like where you're going with that, Brad. But I also think that they almost kind of cancel each other out. It kind of depends on where you live. But they kind of cancel each other out, so you may not experience the full brunt of the vitriol that comes with this. Because, first of all, you get to feel that you're being labeled, even though no one's saying anything to you, that you're being labeled by the very person that you hate. And this is this is so alchemically kick-ass. I seriously, this is just the fucking best. And if you can wear that for 3 or 4 days, you're already a fucking shaman. Like, you're already just like, wow, this is amazing. And then what happens is, because of the way prana works, you actually start to associate into that identity a little bit. You start to sympathize with it. You start to compassionate it. And then now you're fucked, because now you've partially become part of that identity. Of course, some of you now are like, well, there's no fucking way I'm doing that because I'm loyal. And you're not loyal. You're just terrified of change. You're terrified of experiencing anything from any other place except for where you draw your power. And this is fine, because I want you to have power, but this is actually a sign of weakness. And so I think that a lot of people that are clinging to the orthodox idea of where we define identity really are just showing weakness. They're fighting for more weakness in the world. I'm just not convinced that's the best thing. Hope you've enjoyed this trip with me today. Hope you had a good time. Let me know your made-up cuss words in the comments. I'd really love to see them, and we'll see you next time on James True Live.